I'm going to explain how I made this puppy incubator for my puppies. So I got this idea from a gentleman on YouTube. He's really informative. I can't remember his name at the moment, but I kind of took what he showed and put my own spin on it, and I'm going to explain what I did here. So this is a storage container. Not sure of the size, but you can kind of tell when you compare it to the size of this table. Excuse the floors, we are remodeling at the moment, but I've had a litter of puppies during. This is a temperature controller. I'm going to explain how this works. Exhaust fan. All right, let me get to it. This incubator is meant to keep my puppies' temperature regulated since they're at an age where they can't regulate it themselves. I've got it set to 89 degrees, and once it goes above 89 degrees, once it goes to 89.1, this exhaust fan is going to kick on and release the heat. The heat is supplied by a heat lamp. You can see it here. I cut this opening so that you can slide the heat lamp where you want it. Originally I had it right here in the center, and I didn't like how much direct heat was going there, and to make it safer for the puppies, I went ahead and made it to where you can slide it and adjust it. I also added this window on top after I did this one, so I'll explain. I did this one first. This is just a plastic clipboard from the dollar store. It works for what I need. I put this one here first, but then after I realized that I was going to be sliding the light over and then putting in like a container like this, I wanted to be able to see what the puppies were in case the container was like that and I can't see through it, and that's a cardboard in there. So I went ahead and added this second dollar store clipboard that I'm really excited about, actually. I love when I can save money on a project. I was first gonna get plexiglass and then put hinges on them, and this just saved so much time. And I really don't care for this to be pretty, although I think it is kind of pretty for a home project. I just want it to be functional. So in here, I have a box with puppies. That is the, I guess, the temperature gauge that comes off of the temperature controller to tell it exactly the ambient temperature that's in here. So I have it down there and it's dangling just so I can get the heat at a good, or get the temperature at a good height there. I may move it up a little bit just so the dogs or the puppies don't sit on it. You might have seen another bulb in there that's also connected to the switch, so I can see what's going on in there. When this does end up getting the temperature, see the temperature drop that was in there because we've been opening it up and playing with it. But once it gets to 89.1 degrees, that light will kick off the heating lamp, and then this exhaust fan will kick on. I'm going to show you how I have this all wired up. I'm going to try to do the best I can. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please let me know. Actually, I'd like to know what your suggestions might be. And if it's going to be to change the cardboard to something plastic, I do plan on doing that because I do not want a fire hazard with these puppies in there. So I have the heat lamp on here. It just has one plug. It goes to the heating port of the temperature controller, and then the fan is on the cooling port, and that's just a plug that runs to the side of this fan, which is detachable. I think that's really neat, so if you need to take it apart and go clean it or move it or whatever. The light bulb here for viewing purposes is, what did I do here? I just cut a cross in there and popped the back of it, sent the cord through. The cord does run to a regular outlet plug, and it has a switch on it, as you can see here. What else? The ambient temperature gauge, it's just in a hole right there, and I pulled it to where it can fit inside of the actual container that the puppies are in, so it can get a good reading there. Other than that, this is pretty simple, guys. I looked them up online and I was gonna order one, you know, so I don't mind spending money on my puppies, but if I can build something like this really for a fraction of the cost, and it was a fraction, I'd say I have maybe about, I don't know, less than 80 bucks in all of this. The ones I saw online, or even ones people were selling locally that they were making, they're selling them for $300-500, and you still have to buy oxygen machines and all that. I've never used an incubator in the past, and I've never used an oxygen machine, so I think this is gonna do fine exactly for what I want. You guys get creative when you create this thing. I did. Take my ideas, put your own spin on it. I think this works for me right now. I'm just testing it out, but if I end up changing something, I will update you guys on what I've done. You know, if you're not gonna make it to where this can slide, you may wanna consider, or you should, put maybe some ventilation holes in there so that the puppies get air. I didn't put any ventilation holes because I'm getting lots of ventilation from here, and these things don't seal up all the way, so I'm getting good ventilation. I think once the puppies do outgrow the container that I have inside of the container, I'm gonna let them out in here, of course, and then I may seal this shut somehow so that they don't push it out and fall out. I was thinking of maybe putting like some magnets on there at first so it could just be a nice hold, but then I think the puppies will eventually get too strong to where they're gonna pop that out. So I may, like, I don't know, guys, just put like a nail here and bend it and put it over it, and another one here. I'm gonna get creative. And that's it. I really don't have much else to show. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I stole this idea from someone off of YouTube, so I don't want to seem like this is my own original idea, but the clipboards are my idea, and I'm proud of those. Hey, thank you all so much for watching this. This is Mike with the Fresh Bullies of Bel Air. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our channel. I'm gonna start uploading just some helpful stuff that works for me with my breeding program and my dogs, and hopefully you guys can find some help in them too. Thank you so much. Have a good day.